What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Fomo Factory. Today I want to talk about this small rally that we have in Bitcoin right now to see, is this a opportunity, the last opportunity to buy, or should we be a little careful? Welcome to the Fomo Factory. If you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. 3.3 thousand subscribers already. You guys are completely nuts. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at the current crypto market. So Bitcoin is having a small relief, as we can see. At the moment of recording, at least, Bitcoin is sitting at, $17,300. And it's a bit higher that we have been since the bottom, right? I mean, the bottom so far. That was around 15,500. So if you look at that, we already 12% higher than that. So that's quite a move. And I do see some people getting very bullish again, which is kind of, it's like when we would say right here, if we look here, like in August, just a few months back, we were sitting at $24,000, right? If you would have thought back then, like, okay, soon we are going to be happy that we are sitting at 17,000, people be like, what? Right? So put it a little bit in perspective, please, because rallies happen. First thing I would like to show you, which is just very important, and I'm not saying this to be bearish, I'm just saying this to be cautious because you don't know what's going to happen, right? But first thing I want to show you is this. Just put this in perspective, please. Once we topped out last year, we had a higher high. That was our final higher high, right? Then the bear market started and we came down all the way to around $40,000. People thought, shit, bottom, let's buy. And we went all the way back up to 51K. But then we just went down again, all the way to 32K. People thought, okay, bottom, let's buy. And we went all the way up to 47K, right? For trading, it's perfect, but I'm talking about investing right here, right? Then we went all the way down again. We came to $26,000 and we went all the way up to 32. People thought this was the bottom. Then from $32,000, we came all the way down to 17.5. People were convinced, including myself a little bit, that this was the bottom. And they thought, buy. And we went all the way up to 25 again. Now, we came all the way down again to 15.5. People think that this is the bottom, so we buy. And now we are again going up. What's the moral of the story right here? That this is a relief rally, 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 right? But so far, if Bitcoin doesn't close above, well, let's say $21,000, give or take, then what is this? Just another lower high. Very likely on its way to make another lower low. I'm just drawing it here. I don't know where it's going to bring it. That's for then, if that happens, right? But so far, that's what Bitcoin has been doing the entire year. And when it comes to investing, if you bought the bottom, 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 you are now in loss, right? If you bought anywhere this year, you are in loss right now. Unless, you bought here, right? The exact bottom. So unless you have timed the bottom, then you would have been 12% up right now, right? Well, that's not a lot of gains for the amount of risk that we are taking the entire year by just throwing money into Bitcoin, in my opinion, right? So the entire year, and this is in hindsight, I know, but it's still going on. Is it smart to buy? Well, so far it's not, because apart from this little exception right here, you are in loss if you have bought anywhere this year, anywhere the last 13 months, you would be in loss. So maybe, you know, at a certain point the bottom is in, right? I mean, we can talk about that for a long time, but at a certain point Bitcoin is going to bottom out. And if you watch this channel, you probably know that I have the opinion that you know, it's likely sooner than later. But so far, just purely based on this chart, there's no reason for me to believe that the bottom is in. I'm not touching it right now. And I'm in a Telegram group with some other Dutch people. And someone there said today, right, so somewhere here, he said, buy now, it's your last chance. But that's stupid, right? The chance that he is right, based on this chart, so far is 0, right? And of course it doesn't, you know, but the odds are still like I said, like every time that happened so far, you would have got wrecked, right? So in my opinion, when will I buy Bitcoin? Well, I will only be interested if Bitcoin close above $21,000, because then we finally make a higher high, right? We have not got a higher high so far, right? And basically, this is not even a, you know, I basically want to see it close above 25, but okay. 21 is a good level for me to feel like, okay, sentiment is changing. Something is, you know, changing right now, right? But if you feel like, oh shit, like, and that's the problem. People want to buy their coins for the lowest price possible, of course, right? Because if you buy low and you sell high, you make the most profits. But once we get here, once we get at these low prices, people are scared and they don't want to buy because they feel like, oh shit, now it's going to shit. Everything is going to 0. They don't buy, right? While in reality, if you bought here, you can sell here if you want to swing trade a little bit and you make gains, right? But if you buy now, like the longer you wait, the smaller the chances that you are making gains, right? You're probably going to end up wrecked. Because if this is the move right now, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and you buy here, then what is there for you to gain before we go down again? That's too much risk versus the reward, in my opinion. So, although, and maybe, you know, maybe we do get a very insane relief rally, because it looks like the beginning of a relief rally. Definitely, right? So, what kind of relief rally can we maybe expect? Well, let's take a look at the previous relief rallies and how much they brought us, right? So you can maybe get the average out of that, right? And I'm not saying that could happen, but you know, that's the average. So that's the best we can work with. So if we let me take the right tool, price range. So the first relief rally, we went from this point up till this point, 25%. Second relief rally, and I'm just taking it from the very low to the very high. That's not what you are going to trade, of course. I don't think you are that good, at least I'm not, but you know, that's what it is. This was kind of a fake out though, but I count it as a relief rally because you could have bought and sold this level. Right, then we had this relief rally. All right. So this is what we got this year so far, right? This is all the relief rallies we had. Yeah. So we got a relief rally of 25%. We got a relief rally of 45%. And let me use my calculator in the meantime. Here we go. 25% plus 45% plus 28% plus 44%, right? If we, and I'm not doing that on screen right now, but if we divide that by 4, then the average move is 35%, right? So 35% is average what we got on our relief rallies for Bitcoin this year so far, right? So if we do see a 35%, sorry. Sorry, I'm still sick. I'm sick for months now. It's like if my sickness had a chart, it would look like this. On my health. But 35%, you know, from the bottom, up till where we are right now is somewhere like this. So that puts us at around that 21,000 though. That's what we will get, right? Funny thing is that if we take the lowest that we had so far, which is 25%, then it will take us, let me check, 25. Well, give or take, right? And if we take the highest, the biggest relief rally, which was 45, and then it will take us 22.5. So these are the averages, right? That's I know it's not like that this is going to happen or anything, but like I said, this is all we have. So this is what we're gonna look at, right? So if we go with the average, right, then we get to 21.5 or 21,000, right? So that will put us right here. That will already be very interesting, right? Because that would take us to this top, right? To this high, right? If we go a little above that and we close there though, then we are in a higher high. And then that relief rally might change into a change of trend. So that will already be very interesting, right? If we go with 45, then, you know, it's definitely the case, right? And then we can definitely retrace and go further up. However, if we go with 25% or anything below that 35 basically, right? So anywhere below, let's say this, then, as stupid as it sounds again, but then it's just another lower high. And then it's very likely that we still make a lower low again. All right. And also, right, because, and it will make sense though. Why would it make sense? Well, check this out. We have the DXY right here, right? Everybody knows by now what the DXY is. I think this is the dollar currency index, and this is the value of the dollar compared to a basket of assets like stocks, Bitcoin, gold, that kind of stuff. Risk on assets, right? And other currencies, by the way, mainly. So the higher this goes, the more screwed Bitcoin is, to put it very simple. And we want this to go down. That's all. That's all we want, right? Now, it's going down. The last couple of weeks, it's going down big time, right? We were sitting at 114. We're now sitting at 104. And you see at the S&P 500, for example, the S&P 500 has a very decent relief rally. If we look at the NASDAQ, has a very decent relief rally. It doesn't look like much, but this is much, right? This is 14% on stocks. That's crazy. So the reason that Bitcoin didn't do that is just because of the FTX story, right? While stocks were going up, Bitcoin made a pretty big skydive right here, right? Now, is this relief rally coming from the fact that we have, you know, some catching up to do right here? Could be, right? But I do want to point out that if you look at this, this is what stocks are doing right now. So, and Bitcoin is mainly following this, right? So what stocks are doing right here, same thing basically, right? We have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have another lower high, and it's facing this trend line again. Now, it's not only facing this diagonal line, but also this horizontal line right here. So the chance, in my opinion, that we break this right now is not so likely. You also see where it got rejected already, right? Here. It's basically touching this line. And it depends like how accurate I draw that line, of course, but it's basically, it got rejected right there. So, and also the weekly stochastic RSI is quite high. So it looks like this is about to cool off. The S&P 500 is about to cool off, right? If that happens and we go down again, it's likely that we make a lower low, but that's another story. But if we go down again, you know, Bitcoin is still correlated to the S&P, right? That would mean that Bitcoin just comes down with it, right? So please keep that in mind. And that's also maybe a reason, because there's not a lot of room here anymore to go up, right? So if Bitcoin follows this, Bitcoin can have its small relief rally in the meantime. But if this doesn't run really, then Bitcoin won't run that much as well, right? So therefore, it's pretty unlikely for me to think that this relief rally will get to 44%, right? It probably won't get higher than I think we will get. If we do get higher, then there is a good chance that we get rejected at around $18,500, $19,000, give or take. Maybe 19.5, right? And yeah, we could have a wick above it, of course, but I think it won't last there, to be really honest. So that's basically how I'm looking at the market for now. Yeah, this is nice, but I am not aping in right now. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm just waiting because anyway, look, I mean, buying in the middle of the rally, like I already bought my Bitcoin at 15.6, I think, like really close to the bottom. Not a lot or anything, but I'm just, you know, scalping up on these lows right here. Like, yeah, you could say like, okay, catching a falling knife. But, you know, if you watch my other videos, I do think that we are now, at least if we are not already at the bottom, very close to the bottom. That's what I think. So dollar costing is not a bad idea. But now that it's already 2K above the low, I feel like, yeah, I don't see a need for buying right now. I don't think that this is the breakout. I'd rather buy at 22.5, as that is more kind of confirming the breakout for me, though. So I won't, you know, I can miss out on this risk right here. It's basically what I'm looking at. And very quickly, if we look at Ethereum, for the people that may find that interesting, Ethereum, yeah, in the short term, it's looking a lot better, though, because Ethereum did not make a lower low. I mean, Ethereum had its low here back in June, and it was at $890, which is, well, $880 even, which is very low. But it's impressive that the low of, you know, this area right here was way above that, right? Was way above that. The low was like 22% above that, while Bitcoin made a new low. So Ethereum is very strong. Ethereum is very strong. I don't think, though, that we have seen the low for Ethereum yet. And that's also just because if I look at Ethereum Bitcoin, look at how this is sitting right here. It's holding up like this is the complete bear market, right? From this point to here. So yeah, Ethereum is still lower compared to Bitcoin when we look at a year ago. Right, like this was the high, and we're now sitting like 15% lower. But come on, 15% lower compared to Bitcoin. It's not a lot. I mean, if you look at, I don't know, Cardano or anything, Cardano Bitcoin, right? It's sitting 70% lower. Arweave Bitcoin sitting, and these are just random altcoins, right? 65% lower. Like I can click a random coin right here and it's sitting like a lot lower. Phantom, 80% lower. So Ethereum is insanely strong. So yeah, do with that information whatever you want, I would say, right? That's basically all I wanted to talk about for today. Just wanted to warn you a little bit, like, okay, yes, it's nice to finally see a little rally, but don't get caught up in it and feel like, okay, bull market activated and all in. Maybe it is the case, but it's very unlikely, in my opinion, that that's the case, right? And yeah, we could run to 19K, right? And you can make some short-term gains out of it, but that's not for investing. If you want to trade this shit, right? If we're not sitting at 17K and we go to 19, you can make another 10%, because 19 sounds like a lot, but it's just 10%. It's not that bad. Every day there are altcoins that move 10%, right? So we don't get caught up in it too much. So that's it for today, man. If you are new to the channel and you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. Turn on the bell notification, by the way, so you don't miss out if I drop another video, because they are not that time sensitive, although this one is. But it's nice to maybe see these videos not too long after they came out. For now, I want to wish you guys a very nice day. See you tomorrow.